So tell the people about the Funko Pops you got. Are we recording?
We are. Okay. So we went to Firehouse today.
Hook and ladder, white, fully involved. I went white this time because usually I go wheat.
And we went into
I wanted to treat myself.
We went to GameStop to kill time, and I wasn't expecting to find anything, but we found Funko Pops. So
3 good ones.
we got Shang-Chi, and I got it because it's the dude. It's Simu Liu.
Yeah, main guy.
We
also saw Katie, whoever that is.
Yeah, I don't really know who
and
that is.
Razorfist, but we'll find out who that is when we watch the movie. Am I bothering you?
No, it was just in my knee. Starlight from The Boys.
Can't wait for season 3. Have you seen the Instagram post? Do you follow any of them on Instagram?
I do not. Do they post anything on Instagram?
Yeah, Carl Urban. Whoever Jensen Ackles is. If you watch Supernatural, he's in that.
Which one is Carl Urban?
Butcher.
Thank you.
Billy Butcher. Yeah.
Jensen Ackles, yeah, he's in
And then I saw this one. That's cool. Look at it. Aurora.
Aurora.
The box alone, it almost feels
really shiny.
It almost feels like an exclusive, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
We are an unusual couple, you know.
So welcome to the Unusual Couple podcast. It felt good to say that, didn't it?
I didn't say it.
Do you want to say it?
No, not really.
This is our podcast. This is a thing. Very laid back, very chill. Almost like we're not even recording. It's just like you and me talking.
Yeah.
But yeah, the name, can you tell where the name's from? Comment down below if you're watching the video version where the name is from.
Even though we're not necessarily the biggest fans of WandaVision.
6 out of 10 show.
You have to admit the aesthetic of the show is like the best part of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we kind of
and that was one of like the selling points of that trailer. We are an unusual couple.
Yeah.
Are we? You and I. Sort of. On paper. Maybe. If you actually know us, like...
On paper?
Come on.
What do you mean? Lax, bro?
Yeah.
And ballerina?
Yeah, I guess maybe in high school. And then like... If you didn't know by now, I'm kind of introverted, and you're not that at all. Would you agree, or...
Has that changed over quarantine, do you think?
Yeah, I think I've bloomed into... I was telling my friends, I think I can start conversations better now.
Well, I mean, you've always been good at starting conversations. It's just a fact of whether or not you want to.
Yes, and I think I'm more willing to do that now. And I think the reason being is Zoom class in a weird way. I don't talk much in that, but if I had to, that was fine. But it's meeting people on YouTube and doing like live streams with them. That's how I started to come out of my shell. True. Certain vids, if you're listening. Trevor, of course. Trevor's helped me tremendously. Soups has helped me tremendously. And you, of course. All of these different people have helped me tremendously. But, yeah, I think unusual couple, we won't get into certain things that we disagree on. But I think they're out there. It's no secret.
One thing we used to really disagree on that I think we don't disagree on as much anymore is my favorite character, Bucky.
Yeah.
You used to hate Bucky. It was a real road bump.
I didn't hate Bucky.
Yes, you did.
How?
You hated him. You hated Steve. You hated everything.
I still hate Steve. Bucky. Steve's a bum.
That's a different topic. That's a different topic. You're the exact same way as Emma. Emma, if you're listening, hi Emma. You're the exact same way as Emma. You're both Team Iron Man. You both love Iron Man. Like you
Absolutely.
guys are Tony stands till you die.
Yeah.
And because of that, not saying that there's sides because everybody should and technically be on Tony's side, but you guys are very much on Tony's side in the whole like Bucky killed his parents situation, and that definitely I know that made you not like Bucky. On top of the fact that you already don't really like Steve and you hate everything Steve does for Bucky. Fair enough, but you know what I mean. Yes. You didn't like Bucky. You didn't like him one bit, and don't even lie to me. It's fine because you've had a lot of character development, and you like him now.
My thing with Bucky is I liked him a lot in First Avenger. No secret there. Let's hear it for Captain America. Honestly, I forgot about that line until I recently rewatched the movie because I'm not a huge Cap.
When did you rewatch the movie?
Well, not rewatch the movie. Rewatch the scenes for that series I did on TikTok. Filmstock, by the way. Filmstocked on TikTok. This won't be going up on my channel, so there you go. If you want, I do have social media out
Chris
there.
Does have social media.
But yeah, I think that Bucky's character arc is great. It is. But the Falcon Winter Soldier makes him a lot more likable. I don't think that's even a Cap or anything. That's like... That's not even me
Falcon-
flexing. That's just
the
a fact.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier makes Bucky more likable to the untrained eye.
He doesn't have. Here's the thing. After his redemption in quote unquote redemption in Civil War, whatever you like, where he's fully, in the eyes of most people, innocent. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He barely does anything in the post Civil War days. He has like one line of dialogue in Infinity War and Endgame.
That's not his fault.
I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm saying to most people, he is pretty much not even like a side thought. He's just
No, he is very much a
he's
side
a gust
character.
in the wind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's not be harsh. Oh my god. Okay.
No, he is though.
Mm.
Yeah, you know it's true.
I mean, I've always thought that he's a much more interesting character than Steve. Agree or disagree?
Today or like back then?
His whole everything for the past 10 years in the MCU.
I'd say he's more interesting, yeah, and that's not even your bias. I think he's more interesting,
I've trained you so well.
but doesn't make him the best. Do you think he's the best living character in the MCU? And then I want to ask you, like, I want to interview you and know why. Like, where did this come from? Where did this infatuation come from?
Bias aside, no. He's definitely not. I think there's a plethora of extremely well-written characters in the MCU.
Okay.
Alive and dead. It's very hard to pick the best one, I think. It's very
Yes.
hard.
Yeah.
Like-
I concur fully.
So what did you want to ask?
I was asking where your infatuation started with him. It was out of nowhere because you were a Tom
That's-
Holland
no,
stan
no,
for
no,
a
no,
long
no,
time.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
and I
whoa,
will
whoa,
not- I
whoa,
will not-
whoa, whoa.
I will
don't-
not make another podcast until you admit that right here for the people.
Let me speak. This is true. Okay. Hear me out. Here's how my MCU career began. I had never watched, well, that's a lie. I did see the first Avenger in theaters with my family when it came out, but other than that, I didn't give of actually no, I had seen Avengers like the first Avengers movie.
A must. Yeah.
I
Cinematic
had seen
experience.
that because I wasn't
Box office
like
king.
I didn't live under a rock. I had seen that. Maybe one other one I might have seen. I don't know. But whatever. I'd seen 2 at the most that I had like
Respectable.
recollection of. But I hadn't seen a lick of it otherwise. And I started dating Chris. And then Spider-Man Homecoming came out. Correct me if I'm wrong. In 2017.
Yeah, that was before Ragnarok. You're right.
So Spider-Man Homecoming comes out, and Chris is like, "We're gonna go see it," because Chris loves movies, and he would bring me along. And I was like, "Okay, do I need to see any of the other Marvel movies beforehand?" And you were like, "Honestly, no, not for this."
We might have watched Civil War. We did.
Did we?
we
I
watched
watched
Civil
Civil
War.
War without knowing anything.
We watched Civil War very early in the relationship.
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
well, either way, barely any knowledge of MCU. Went to go see Spider-Man Homecoming. I thought it was good, but nothing. I don't think anything really else. I didn't like grasp onto it from that.
I loved it. Yeah.
I mean, I do love it, but
Mhm.
I didn't have any Marvel knowledge
Yeah.
beforehand. So then Ragnarok comes out later in 2017, I think.
November, and we went and saw it at the
Okay,
dine-in.
you're getting ahead of yourself.
We didn't even
so-
order food.
Chris was like, "Okay, now we're gonna go see Thor Ragnarok," and I was like, "Okay, cool. Who is Thor?" So then he was like, "Oh, we should probably watch all the Marvel movies." So then we had a Marvel movie marathon,
Mhm.
and we watched them.
Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think we watched the Thor movies before that, and I feel like at this point you saw the post credits of Ragnarok, and I was like, "That's Thanos' ship." And no, maybe here's what happened: we watched it twice. We watched it all leading up to Ragnarok, like you're saying, and then we watched it all of the
After-
important ones leading up to Infinity War, which would
Yeah.
be in the end of April the following year in 2018.
Wow.
We watched a lot of Marvel. That's all we did for a while. Every
Yeah.
weekend, every day.
And so
Screw school.
I really liked Tom Holland for a long time. If you could see the rest of my room, I collect all of the Marvel, all the MCU Spider-Man Funko Pops. And I still plan to. I still plan to get all the No Way Home ones. And I do Spider-Man like in general, Andrew, Toby, Tom, like just the character of Spider-Man I love.
Yeah.
Definitely like one of my favorite overall superhero characters ever. And I love all renditions of them. Granted, at this point in my life, Andrew is my favorite, but I digress. So like I do love Spider-Man. So I did have an obsession with Tom Holland for quite some time. I used to have a Marvel Instagram way before TikTok, way before anything else. Do you remember that?
No, sorry.
That's no.
What's it called?
Bleep that out. No free plug. No free
What was
plug.
it called?
No, because now people are gonna go find it.
We'll blur it out. We'll blop it out. I'll
Okay,
blur it
good.
out.
I don't want people to find it.
Yeah.
But if you scroll through it, there's a lot of Tom Holland with a lot of Sebastian Stan like sprinkled into it, but you can see like the very clear shift from when it goes to like Tom and Sebastian to just Sebastian. And I think that happened, I want to say, around the time I met Tom Holland. I think once I met Tom, I was like, all right, cool, you're a real person. Now I feel weird being obsessed with you. So we're moving on. And I also did grow out of I grew out of it, but also I met him and I was like, okay, cool. Because I was definitely more into a Sebastian Stan phase before I met Tom Holland, because I remember being extremely excited to see what Sebastian was going to wear to the Endgame premiere. And I met Tom Holland right before Endgame. I definitely was really, really into Sebastian Stan before I met Tom Holland, because I remember watching I, Tonya with my mom. My mom's a figure skater, so she was very ready to see I, Tonya. What?
I was acting like I was dozing off because they're talking about Sebastian Stan.
Oh, whatever. And then I remember really liking him in it. And I remember being excited to see what he was going to wear to the Endgame premiere. So I juggled both for a while. And then when I met Tom Holland, that faded out. So I had more room in my heart for Sebastian Stan. And also, I think my love for Bucky went when I started watching the MCU. Like when I really started watching it.
It did somehow. Overnight, it felt like to me, but I'm not. I mean, it was a slow process, I guess. Sebastian Stan might have that effect on some people.
I don't think it was slow at all.
It just gradual. It just happened, and it was there.
Maybe you just don't pay enough attention to me.
And that's my Joker origin story. I was replaced. But no, I like Sebastian Stan. I think he should have got nominated for I, Tonya, and I think that he's going to continue to crush it moving forward. But moving on from Sebastian Stan and Tom Holland, let's talk about myself and yourself.
Oh, okay.
And the origins of our relationship. Because I feel like that's like a good thing to start with in the first episode of the podcast.
Okay.
Like why did we start dating?
Well, okay, do we do we want to go start in middle school, or are we starting before middle school with like not even us?
The beginning. What is that from? It's like, let's take it back to the beginning. Oh, it's
Take
Iron
it
Man
back.
3.
Oh, I was gonna go.
No,
take it back to the place
listen
where
up.
you know
Here's
it
a
all
story
began.
about a little guy that lives in a blue world.
Well,
It's Iron Man 3.
That's a song.
I know, but that's the song that
I
plays
thought
after he says
we
that.
were going a High School Musical route where it's like, take it back to the place where you knew it all began.
Still a fire song, but
You could be
different.
anything
different.
You wanna be.
So we've known each other since we were in the womb.
Okay, yeah, basically. Okay, so my dad and his dad both went to the same
Mm-hmm.
college. His dad's a year younger than mine, but my dad was in college for 5 years. So whatever. They were in the same fraternity. They were frat bros.
Yeah. Do we need to say where or no? We'll say go Eagles. There.
Yeah, you can figure it out. But they were fraternity brothers. Your dad met your mom in college. My dad didn't meet my mom until later because my mom's from New York, so she had to make her way down to Georgia. Who knows how. Your parents got married. My dad hadn't even met my mom at that point, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Blah, 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 blah. They're pregnant with us at the same time.
Friends in like a dinner club or something.
Yeah, they're like really good friends.
Went to each other's wedding. Or at least your dad went to my parents, right?
Well, your parents came to mine as well. My mom just didn't go to yours.
That's right.
She wasn't in the picture yet.
Correct.
But then we were born almost at the same time, about a month apart. But we didn't meet each other until middle school.
I'm older. Yeah.
Well, whatever. we went to different elementary schools, so we didn't meet until middle school. And then my mom tells me this story because I don't have a good enough memory for this. But my mom tells me that one day I came home from middle school and I was just like, "Mom, do you know who Chris Bowie is?" And she was like, "Bowie?" And I was like, "Yeah, do you know who he is?" And she's like, "Yeah, I know who Chris Bowie is. Why do you know who Chris Bowie is?" And I was like, "Oh, because he's my boyfriend."
It happened at a football game, though, so it must have been from a football game.
You asked me to be your girlfriend at a football game?
100%. Yeah.
How full circle?
I did. And here's what happened. I was in 6th grade, and I was, like, confused.
Whoa, we're getting ahead of ourselves. So we started dating. Started dating in middle school, 6th grade. I wrote about it in my diary. And then he was actually my first date. his mom took us to go see The Lion King in 3D.
This is true, and she sat with us.
Super romantic.
I think she sat with us.
She definitely did.
Yeah.
We
were 11.
I was
10 at the
scared.
time.
I was really scared for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know. I guess
You're just
your
a
mom
scared
scared
person.
me. That's not true. Don't lie.
Am I defamating character here?
Yes. I'm scared?
In certain instances, you are.
No.
Yes.
No.
Is the pumping gas thing universal? You're like you. I always have to go with you to get gas. Is that just a universal thing?
What do you mean?
Like, is that everyone? Like, I don't want to speak on the behalf of every woman, but like,
No, yeah.
like,
Okay, listen. I'm scared of things when I should be scared of things. Like
Yeah.
I'm scared to go to my car at night,
which I understand.
because I don't
yeah.
want to be kidnapped.
That makes sense.
But whatever. We went to go see The Lion King 3D. In 3D.
Yeah.
That was a fun time.
Fire movie.
We dated for about
Maybe a month.
2 months, maybe.
Yeah.
He gave me his football jersey. Insert picture here of the professional. My mom's a photographer, so she used me for practice shots all the time. So insert the picture of me in your jersey here,
Mm-hmm.
and then insert picture of us at a football game here,
Yep.
and then
The
at
first picture of us.
one lovely little football game. Do you want to take it from here?
I'll take it from here. So, being a 6th grader, being a scared child, not wanting a committed relationship in the 6th grade, I was like, I don't want to have a girlfriend anymore, Because I was like, that's what I was thinking. So I was like, where else?
Is that really why you broke up with me? You just didn't want to have a girlfriend?
Yes.
No one told you to break up with me?
Nope.
I don't believe you.
So I was like, I don't know. Felt weird. It was like,
You
how I
were
get,
scared of commitment.
you know how I get anxious?
Yes.
I got very anxious, and I was like, there's no better place to do it than here. So I was like, I'm going to be courteous. I'm going to ask if we can speak in private. That way there's no scene made. And that is the best I could do. I said, can we talk in private? And you were like, no. And I said,
Because I knew what you were going to do, and I didn't want to have to sit through the rest of the... Listen, here's my side. I knew he was going to break up with me because I'm smart. I'm a genius. I could get those vibes
I think word
from
got
him.
around at school or something.
I'm sure it did. Because you just love gossip.
Me?
You love to gossip. Anyways.
Blasphemous.
So...
That's defamation of character. You're projecting now.
I knew he was going to break up with me. And when he was like, hey, can we talk in private? I was like, no, we're at a football game. I'm not going to sit here for the next 2 quarters of this football game sad and depressed that my boyfriend just broke up with me. I'm not doing that. You can, I literally rather you text me about it, not when I'm somewhere.
I was trying not to do it over text because
I get that, but also, you don't do it when you're at an event. Just, future tips if you ever want to break up with me, not when we're at an event.
Well, now, no shit. Sorry. The first cuss word of the podcast.
So I'm like, no. And then he thinks oh, okay, then I'll just do it here. And then he breaks up with me in front of the entire middle school section. And, cherry on top, asks for his jersey back that I was wearing. So I had to go through the rest of the football game in a tank top.
Multiple things from the perspective of a 6th grade boy who had never had a relationship before. One, I asked more than once if we could talk privately. So that I did my best. 2,
Okay.
Was I just gonna date you forever? If I had
No,
never...
you could break up with me, just not at a public event.
How was I gonna get the jersey back? I needed the jersey back.
I would literally give it to my mom, and my mom would give it to...
Okay. Fast forward. 7th, 8th, 9th.
Well, not even. We still spoke.
Oh my gosh, yeah, in middle school, we were still
I,
friends.
wrote-
She freaking wrote in my yearbook.
No, whoa.
It has to be said. The people need to know.
Let me say it at least.
Okay, sing it. I'll sing it.
Absolutely not. I may or may not have written the entire first
Verse? Is that what it is?
verse
Yeah.
and chorus of What Makes You Beautiful by One Direction in Chris's 7th grade yearbook.
6th, the year
6th.
we broke up. That means it was just a few months removed. That means that I must have had a lasting impact on you. It looks like
All
I
right,
might have.
all right, okay, right, all right.
My 6th grade chubby self looking like Gibby's little brother running around with my fat
Listen.
cheeks.
All right, whatever the message was behind me. All right, who's to say I didn't do that in a lot of yearbooks? Thinking of me.
It honestly wouldn't surprise me. Your reputation in middle school.
Whoa! Uncalled for.
I know. We have to
There's
take
no
shots
need.
here. We have
There's
to.
no need.
Yeah.
Okay, I had a couple boyfriends
Your
in middle
reputation
school.
precedes you, but I have to ask.
I had a couple boyfriends in middle school. Whatever, it's fine because I didn't date anybody in high school until I dated you. So,
Yeah, nice.
But anyways, so I wrote that in his yearbook. I broke up with a girl for you, so you're welcome for that one.
Oh, the way you said that, I was like, you dated a girl. That's what I heard. I broke up with a girl for you. I was
No,
like,
I
no.
broke up. I broke up.
She
with a
broke up
girl.
with someone for me.
Yes.
And that we're not going to insert names.
No.
But she like did it for me, and I was weird. But it happened. I think.
Well, because you wouldn't do it.
We'll go with that.
So
I think that
wait,
happened.
I've been like, we've been like this like forever. Like, you know how like even now you like won't do something, so I'll just like do it for you. You know?
Yeah, but I do stuff for you still.
No, I mean like you like.
You're talking about the one time we went to Dunkin' Donuts.
I mean like how I'm bossy.
There was like a MLK Day parade. We were at my grandpa's house, and like
yes,
you were like, screw it, let's go, and you just like ran across the parade.
Yes.
I was like, we'll just wait.
Yes.
And then you're like, no, we're
No,
going.
I was
You're a
like,
big
no.
scaredy cat. I was like,
no, I was like, no, I'm hungry. Park the car. I'm gonna walk across the parade. It's just horses. They're not gonna trample me. They're just walking slowly.
who
It's
cares?
fine. I'm just gonna walk and it's gonna be fine. No, yeah. So I guess we've always been like that. But it doesn't matter. So we stopped talking around 8th grade. Didn't talk again until junior year of high school when we had 2 classes together, Spanish and
A push, AP US history.
AP US history.
Advanced placement for anyone out there not knowing what AP
And
is.
I didn't even know what that was.
Well,
Now you know. So I had plans to go to Panera, which is a restaurant, if you don't know what that is, with
Panera bread.
with my good buddy. Good buddy, I mean like we just sat next to each other in class with my
He
friend.
was actually my like friend.
He was your good buddy. I don't even know why me and him had plans to do this because I wasn't close with him.
I don't know, but I drove him to school every day. So
I know. I honestly don't know why. I think I just needed somebody to write the essay with. Doesn't
Probably.
matter. Me and our friend Bryce, me and him were gonna go to Panera to write this essay, and I'm at Panera waiting for him to show up, and he calls me, and he's like, "Hey, is it okay if Chris comes? He's my ride," and I'm like, "Yes, Chris is smart. He'll write the essay for us. Bring him." So I was like, "Yes, Chris is gonna write this essay for us. It's gonna be great." Yes, Chris shows up, and he already had the essay like written except for the conclusion. So he finished the conclusion, and I copied his essay, and Bryce was like fucking around on his phone or whatever. So after I finished writing the essay, Bryce still hadn't even written his. So he like moved to another table to like really focus and write the essay, which left me.
He focused on copying my essay.
Same
3
difference.
of the same essays in one class.
Which
all got A's.
Okay, whoa, I hope no teacher sees this.
No one cares at this point.
But so that left me and Chris alone. We got to chit chatting. I don't even know what we talked about.
I don't know. We talked about like I don't know. I was flirting hard. You could tell.
Were you?
I was. I think I have a way with like my words. I can kind of the delivery.
You definitely have a way. I don't know if it's
just tell them the good part.
Okay. Well, so I you know how like on Snapchat it's like normal for people to have like 2 Snapchat stories. I took a picture of him and Bryce that were at the table, and I put them on my second Snapchat stories. I was like, I put you guys on my second Snapchat story, like feel blessed or whatever. And Chris was like, "Do I have you on Snapchat?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, "Oh, well, I should add you on Snapchat." I was like, "Okay." I didn't think any. I genuinely didn't think anything of it though. I was like, when you asked, I was like, "Oh," but I was like, "Okay, he's just gonna have my Snapchat. And that's gonna be it. Nothing ever is gonna come from that." And then I got home and I had a Snapchat from you, and I was like, "Oh, so this is what we're doing. Okay, let's go."
And the rest is history. We actually got moved next to each other in Spanish, which was like
it's actually not history. There's more
to
it. We had been Snapchatting a little bit, like we're talking and stuff because we didn't even exchange numbers until after we'd gotten moved next to each other in Spanish. And so then like 2 weeks after we exchanged Snapchats and everything, our Spanish class, which is the other class we had together, she was like, "All right, everyone to the front of class. We're rearranging seats and stuff." And I had already developed a crush on Chris, so I was like, "Oh, I hope I get close to Chris," because at the time I think we were on opposite sides of the room.
Yeah, we were.
I really wanted to sit next to Chris.
There's so many stories we could tell from
that class. And so she was like, Chris Bowie there, and she was like, Karen Silas there, and I was like, I don't know how that happened.
Yeah,
that's like someone else.
That's her liking us.
No,
shipped us.
No, yeah. She hated me. She hated me, and you know she did.
She loved me.
But there's no way she could tell. Because it's not like we ever even talked in that class.
She could tell. We then partnered up for a project. Remember that?
Well, that was after we sat next to each other, though.
Fair.
There's no way she could tell before. If she did, she's very intuitive.
I think she honestly just shipped us. Like that's just the
No,
thing teachers have.
I was thinking it's like someone else that did that.
Like God,
Just whatever.
divine intervention.
I think so.
Oh
Because would we? Do you
gosh.
really think? I mean, I'm sure we might have dated, but it definitely would have not have happened as fast if we did not sit next to each other in Spanish. And I would 100% think that with Griffin sitting in front of us, no way.
Yeah. That was the like the goat seating chart. Besides like A push, when we could sit wherever we want.
Yeah.
And we'd take those group quizzes. That's a whole. There's so many great stories from that.
But so we got moved next to each other in Spanish, and that was really fun. And that was first period, so I got to start out my day sitting next to Chris. It was first period, right?
You started like dressing nicer or something, right?
No.
Yes, you did.
I only dressed nice.
You told me you did.
I dressed nice. Well, first I tried to make myself look presentable. That doesn't necessarily mean dressing nicer. I might have
Like
not
jeans.
worn like no, that was only on your birthday.
Okay.
I still wore leggings every day. Gotta stay true to myself. But I might have worn better shirts.
Okay.
Like not like my dad's old running shirts. I might have worn like better, funnier t-shirts.
Mhm.
But whatever. Like on his birthday, which is in November, I like brought him Sour Patch Kids for his birthday, and I like wore jeans because I wanted to look nice. I like straightened my hair.
It was very
All
nice.
before the hours of 7 in the morning, might I add. So you're welcome.
This is true. Did you
I
go
did-
to the store that early, or did you get them the day
I
before?
left them the day before, but I straightened my hair for you.
And then from there,
How did you feel about me at
I
that
asked
point?
you to come to my house.
How did you feel about me at that point?
I liked you, obviously.
Can I get more info, please?
I mean, I thought you were cute.
Well, how did you feel when we got sat next to each other?
I think like I was like, oh cool, I know her. Like I've started talking to her. I wasn't like some like Cinderella story like, oh, I'm envisioning the future with you right now. I was how old? 16?
Men.
Oh Lord. And then we just started hitting it off. And then no, we went to Panera one more time on December 8th, 2016. Our parents were both at the opening
Is
of
that
that.
before your house?
Yep. Our parents were at the opening of that movie theater down the street.
So true.
The Dine-In, formerly Cinemark, now AMC. They saw the movie Sully. Don't ask why I have this weird memory. You'll find that out throughout this entire podcast. But we were there. We're
went to
doing
do
pre-cal
math.
homework. Yeah, it was a stupid-ass worksheet.
Didn't do a lick of homework.
No, terrible. And then we, I think we sat in the car and talked after maybe for a little.
Oh, car talks are the best.
And then that weekend, hung out. And you came
Yes.
over to my house.
It's
I was so nervous to
terrifying.
ask, but then you came over. And do you remember what we watched? 2 movies.
What, did I pick one of them?
Technically, yes, but
I know one of the first movie we ever watched together was Remember the Titans.
fact. And you passed the test. You acted like you liked it. That's all that matters.
I did like it.
I don't know. I don't think she does.
Left Side.
Strong side. There we go. Good enough for me.
I
She
did like
remembers
it.
that
It's a
quote.
very good movie. I do like that movie
Damn
quite a
good
lot.
film. Top 10 for me. Top 5. Top.
I know. I
top
remember you were.
3.
Oh my god, you were so cute wanting to show it to me. So I was like, we can watch it. What's the second one we watched? Was that when I made you watch White
Is it-
Chicks?
No, that was later. We watched Return of the Jedi. Yeah. Return of the Jedi.
Interesting choice.
I know.
Why did we pick that one?
It's top 3 Star Wars movie.
I mean,
That's
I know
why.
it is, but like, there's
But-
other ones we could have picked. So that's
True.
weird.
We watched that, and then we had to do some. We didn't really do homework, and then later the next week we started dating.
So true. He was gonna ask me to be his girlfriend on December 17th, and I told him, no, absolutely not. You are not going to make our anniversary.
You're exposing how crazy you really are to everybody.
Whoa,
now.
whoa. I wouldn't say crazy. But I said, I don't want our anniversary to be on an odd date. The 17th is just an ugly number. I don't like it. I don't. Can you disagree? And then guess what? You know what
I
that
don't
is?
care about that.
You know what that is, though? That is a second divine intervention.
You're-
No, it is. The second. Because listen, what are the odds? What are the odds that our anniversary.
You were born on the 27th.
What?
That's a disgusting day.
Whoa.
You see what I mean? See, how does that feel?
Hey, you don't have no emotional attachment to
born
the
the-
17th.
I was born on the 29th. That's better than 27.
Okay,
29
watch your mouth.
29's an ugly number, but it's better than 27. Don't ask why.
Anyways, but no, here's the thing though. Here's the thing. It's just a number. Why did I care so much? It's divine intervention. Because what are the odds that our anniversary is one of the most important and defining dates in the MCU, December 16th? What are the odds? What are the odds?
Slim to none. It's pretty crazy, honestly.
Mission report. December 16th, 1991.
So we've been dating since then.
Yeah.
4.5 years next month.
Yeah.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the story of the unusual couple.
Yeah. Okay, I have a question.
Go for it.
Switching gears talking about Marvel.
Okay.
How, on a scale of 1 to 10, or is it too big of a scale? Should I do 1 to 5? We'll do 1 to 10. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for Loki, given all of the
7.
like, given all of like the stuff that we've seen of it so far?
Haven't watched anything since the last trailer.
What was your excitement for Falcon Winter Soldier, and what was your excitement for WandaVision?
WandaVision.
Like, this is before like all the
Yeah.
the theories and stuff. If you can even remember.
Probably like 8 for WandaVision.
Okay.
9 for Falcon Winter Soldier.
Nice.
7 for. I mean, like, I'm excited for Loki. Don't get me wrong. It's just like. Oh, Trevor just posted a video. Cruella is fabulous, darling. I like that title. That's pretty good, Trevor. Good job. Good work, my friend.
Good job, Trevor.
But yeah, I think like a 9 for Falcon Winter Soldier because it was gonna go back to returning to the roots of the MCU, like WandaVision was mystical.
I think
Loki,
WandaVision upped your excitement for Falcon Winter Soldier, though.
Listen, it's time for me to go on my spiel about Loki. Do you agree?
Go for it.
All right. So here's the thing. I'm gonna put that down. Here's the thing with Loki. Phenomenal villain. I mean, he's the OG villain in the MCU, in my opinion. We see him in Thor, and he's evil. He dies, supposedly, and then he's alive. And then we see him in the Avengers, and he's a great threat in that movie. I was like, Loki's the big baddie of this universe. Then he dies again in Dark World and comes back at the end of Dark World. I was like, okay, how long are we going to do this shtick, buddy? We're going to keep doing this? And
Little
then
did he know.
Comes back in Ragnarok, character change. Gotta thank Taika. Really, he made him funny, more likable. Because, I mean, he's a little snake. He's a little flea. I want to flick him off my shoulder most of the time because he's just a little pest. But
the Loki fans are gonna love hearing that.
Oh yeah, and
if
then,
Sam's watching, she's gonna get mad.
And then when it comes to Infinity War, he died, and I was like, hell yeah! I was like, he's dead. He's dead because that cements Thanos as the new big bad of the MCU. He killed the first big villain in the MCU, killed his ass like he was nothing, choked him cold, killed him.
You understand my followers are watching this, right?
Fully, and that's fine if they can't understand my take on it. But here's the thing: he's dead. So he's dead. Stay dead. And now here's what happened. Endgame rolls around. We see him in 2012. I was like, oh, it's coming, isn't it? He picks up the Tesseract. Now he has his own TV show. Here's the thing. Tom Hiddleston kills it in the role. The character is a great villain. But, I mean, how long are we going to drag this guy out? Like, I know they already say Loki's going to have season 2, but listen.
I saw an article today saying that they're pushing for 3.
Oh, my God. So, if Loki is going to come back into the current MCU timeline, his death means nothing, meant nothing. If he comes back and it's like, even if it's a different version of him, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It takes away from the stakes. That's just like bringing back Iron Man or bringing back Cap. It's like, stay dead. And people will argue, well, in the comics, people always come back. Do I look like I care? I don't read the comics.
Steve Rogers dies in every single comic he's in.
I don't really care about the comics. I care about the movies that I've grown up on.
Totally fair.
Loki, I'm excited for it. Owen Wilson, more so than anything, though. He's the reason. I hope we get a wow. Or like a little Lightning McQueen nod. But I'm excited for the show. I think it's going to be crazy. They could do whatever they want. It's an alternate timeline. But how far are we going to drag out Loki?
Listen,
you
okay,
have the floor.
Here's what I think. First of all, my opinions on the character of Loki have always been middle of the road. I like him a lot in Avengers. I definitely like him more than I like Thor. That's just because that's how I am. I'm a Slytherin. I like characters that are not the good. That's like, look at me. My favorite character is Bucky, like the Winter Soldier. You know what I mean? I do really like Loki. I like him a lot in Ragnarok because Taika made him very, very funny. But I haven't watched Avengers in a really long time either.
The first one?
Yeah.
So good.
I just haven't watched it in a while. Like, I don't know. I feel very middle about Loki. Not like, I don't hate him at all.
I don't hate him. I wouldn't even say I
think he's cool. I think he's funny. I'm excited for his show. I do think that this show, given we don't know if Heimdall or Thor or whatever is going to be in it, we really don't, but like the show is going to struggle with not having like any really familiar MCU characters or MCU like areas. I mean, I think he is going to go back, to certain places because like we see him in like a destroyed New York or whatever. But like
it looks like he's on Morag from Guardians at one point, but I don't know. That's the plan at the beginning with Peter Quill.
Fair. Like I know he's going to go to different places and stuff, but I mean like, Falcon or Soldier had Sam and Bucky.
And Zemo and all these other
Zemo,
and
and
Sharon.
War Machine was in there. Sharon was in there, and WandaVision had Wanda,
Jimmy
Vision,
Woo, yeah.
Jimmy Woo,
Yeah.
Darcy, and like just like familiar things outside of the show that
Mhm.
we've already seen before in the MCU, and like I feel like Loki isn't gonna really have that from what I've seen so far. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
So I think it might struggle a little bit with that. I hope they make the best out of it. Like I have to wait until I see the first episode to be like, okay, I'm either gonna get into this or I'm not gonna get into it.
Totally fair. We're doing watch parties. They'll be fun, but like,
Yeah.
hopefully it's not dreadful. That's all I'm saying. I'll be in
The
California
show?
for one of them. Hopefully the watch parties aren't like, oh, this is so boring. But I think it's gonna be exciting each week.
I know
The first one is literally gonna be. The first 20 minutes is going to be from the trailer where he shows up to the TVA or whatever.
I'm gonna call it right
and-
now. The first episode's not gonna be the best because it's gonna
Hell
be
no. The first
a
episode of the other two shows are
lot-
not that good. Like, and honestly,
the
in
first episode
the
of Falcon
retrospect,
Soldier's good.
did you have something you wanted to say?
I said I think the first episode of the Falcon and Soldier
Oh.
is good.
I think that like overall, the first episode of WandaVision is like, it's pathetic. I'm sorry, it's pathetic. Like the first three were all summarized in episode 4, but when it comes to Falcon Winter Soldier, the first one, compared to like other great TV show pilots, it's just like,
Fair.
it's good, but it
I
could be
think
better.
I think the first episode's gonna be a little bit boring because it's gonna be setting up a lot of like the TVA and all that jazz, and like just world building kind
Screw
of.
the shows. I'm sorry.
Really?
Screw the show. Like, not
You're-
really.
you're-
Not. That sounds harsh. You know when I say like F something or screw that, it's
Yeah.
like I'm not actually like as hard on it as I mean.
Yeah.
But like, give me Black Widow, give me
I was gonna
Shang-Chi,
say-
give me Eternals, and then
Changing the topic, you're really ready for Black Widow.
absolutely. Let's talk about our anticipation for the rest of the movies.
Okay.
And then we'll go into the 2 movies we recently watched this week that
Okay.
are not MCU. And we'll probably wrap it up. But Black Widow, I mean, injected into my veins. I'm serious. Florence Pugh, it's dangerously close to the obsession you have with Sebastian Stan starting with me with Florence.
Really?
I love her.
From where?
Out of nowhere.
Have you seen Little Women?
We saw it in theaters together.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. Did you know I took a quiz the other day to figure out which Marge sister I am, and I'm Amy. So, congrats, you're dating Florence.
Interesting.
What?
I guess, yeah, she's better later on. She has the turn. She's so
Well-
annoying when she's young, though. God.
Okay, and have you met me?
I guess you're
At
right.
least I'm aware.
But Black Widow, let's just rank
Okay, what are
all
our
4
options?
movies by anticipation.
Black Widow,
Shang-Chi,
Shang-Chi,
Eternals, No Way Home.
No Way
From least excited to most excited.
Home. Least to most.
Yeah. I can go first if you want.
It hurts me to put Shang-Chi at the bottom because
That's my bottom.
I don't mean it like that.
No,
but
it's
it
like I'm
is.
excited for all of these. They're new MCU movies, but some of them in the hierarchy of excitement are not as high as others. Shang-Chi trailer was great. It's going to have great action, but everything else, I mean, here's mine if you want. Shang-Chi at the bottom.
What's your number 3? Let's go back and forth.
Number 3,
Eternals?
yes. Right now it's Eternals.
Did I hear you just say that?
Yes.
Yeah.
It really did. It
I'm
really
ready.
did. I think
I
Eternals is going to be
will pee
phenomenal.
my pants when we see Richard Madden and Kit Harington back on screen again together.
I can't wait.
It's been years.
I can't wait for that movie. And like it's going to be one of the rawest when it comes to just like real emotion, real settings.
Isn't Kit Harington's character called Black Knight or something
yeah,
like that?
yeah.
You know, I'm sure you've seen this before, but it's like the last thing that Robb Stark said to Jon Snow was, "Next time I see you, you'll be in all black." And then Jon Snow goes, "Well, it always was my color." And now the next time he sees him, he's gonna be Black Knight.
That's awesome. I never thought about that. But yeah, that trailer was sick. That trailer was better than the Shang-Chi trailer to me.
Yeah, I think that was the best
So that's
trailer
why
we've
it's
gotten
above
from
it.
Marvel in a while.
Black Widow is 2 for me.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
I don't want to say this because I don't know if Sophia, if you're listening to this podcast, I'm so sorry, babes. Eternals and Black Widow can go back and forth for me
it's kind of same for me. That's why I was so skeptical with saying Eternals.
because I'm super. Here's the reason why I'm super excited for Black Widow because I do like Natasha
Yeah.
and I am very excited to see Florence Pugh.
Yes.
But it is really hard to get excited when I know she's dead.
Yeah.
Eternals is bringing me so many characters that are alive.
A lot of
They're
newbies.
gonna be alive, and they're gonna be in the MCU for a while. And as harsh as it is, Natasha's dead. She
Yeah.
went.
I'm excited for that because I mean your boy could show up in a flashback.
There's no way.
I'll put $10
I
right
would
now.
get kicked out of-
$10 cash on this. I think that he shows up in a flashback. We see Bye Bye Bikinis. Cold open. Cold open.
I disagree.
We're seeing Tony, so that's why I'm excited for it too. Tony's already in it, but it's going to be like a scene from Civil War or something.
I don't know. It's just really hard when she's dead.
Okay. I disagree strongly because it's going to add character development to her
No,
family.
it definitely is.
And it's going to be about passing the mantle on to Florence. But
Definitely is. And I am very excited to see
like that
Florence.
actually, like, I think that's an absurd argument. I'm not
saying it makes
she's
me
dead,
not.
so you can't
No,
get excited for it.
no, that's not what I said.
What'd you
I
say?
said it makes me a little bit less excited because it's not like oh, I'm so excited to see Black Widow to see where her character's going next.
Yeah.
Her character's dead.
Okay.
On the bottom of a cliff, dead, blood splattered everywhere.
Really
like I know
gruesome.
where she ends.
Uncalled for.
I know. Sorry, I know where she ends, and it's going to be so interesting to be like, okay, who is Taskmaster? Where does Taskmaster end up? Do they defeat him? Is he still around? What's Florence gonna do? Like, what's Elena doing? Where's what's his face? Red Guardian. Where's the mom?
Dead.
Like,
They're all dead.
you think they all die?
Yes.
It's
If
gonna-
Red Guardian's alive and like hiding in a bunker somewhere, and we get something with him, like a TV show with him, like with Hopper, sign me up for that.
Like there are so many things I am excited for in the movie Black Widow. But what I'm saying is that it is a tiny bit hard to be like, oh, so excited, Black Widow, give me more. But it's not going anywhere with Natasha specifically.
I understand.
It will add to her, but at the end of the day, she's dead.
Okay, but we're getting. I mean,
I'm not saying I'm not. It doesn't make me excited.
Anakin Skywalker is dead
Yeah.
in Return of the Jedi at the end, and we get 3 movies about him, about how he became Vader. Like it's not the
That's
same, but it's
so
very
different.
similar. Is it?
Yes.
Just because the character's dead, we see something in the past doesn't mean I can't. Of course, you're not going to see the future. Like,
Well, but what I'm saying is that like it can go back and forth with the Eternals because of just that aspect.
fair.
If she wasn't dead
Fair.
and if
But-
it was a movie after Endgame, it would be way
Right.
higher up.
I'm excited for it. I really am.
Me too.
Taskmaster's gonna be a badass villain. The whole movie's gonna be badass.
I don't know
but
how you defeat a villain like Taskmaster. I really don't.
no clue. Iron Man. But here's the deal. If I could only watch one movie for the next 5 years, it would be Spider-Man No Way Home.
Really?
If I could, like, out of the slate of all the movies announced, Spider-Man No Way Home. We got some massive news yesterday
Tell us.
that low-key confirms. I mean, like, we've known Electro and Jamie Foxx as Electro and Alfred Molina as Doc Ock are coming back. That is confirmed.
Yes.
And they're using de-aging technology. But
Weird.
it was a magazine, and they released a synopsis talking about the Spider-Verse. There's apparently reports out there that Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin is going to be the main villain, and they kind of confirmed Sinister Six with Sandman from Spider-Man 3. Let me put this down so I can do the hand thing. So we got, apparently, Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin, Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2, Jamie Foxx as Electro, Lizard, apparently, from Amazing Spider-Man coming back,
Mm-hmm.
Flint Marko, which is the Sandman from Spider-Man 3,
Mm-hmm.
and then one more, which I'm completely blanking on. I want to say, not Mysterio or Vulture, maybe one of those two.
Vulture.
And maybe Vulture, I don't remember though.
It's gotta be Vulture.
It
It's
is.
gotta be Vulture because why would they have given us the end credit scene of
Yeah.
him if
Give us Scorpion then. Scorpion was with them. That was Scorpion with him. So I don't know how much truth that holds, but either way, just take the end credit scene of Far From Home alone. That alone excites me. Peter Parker's
True.
identity is revealed to the world. We're finally going to get to see that.
True.
So that movie, unmatched excitement, December 17th release, baby. Same day I graduate college. We'll see it the day before, though. It's all going to be good. Yeah, stoked. New
So on our
Spidey.
on
New
our
Spidey.
anniversary.
Yes. 5 years.
Aww.
That's going to be a fun celebration. But so recapping the ranking, Shang-Chi, Eternals, and Black Widow kind of interchangeable. And No Way Home. Damn, I do that with every single one. When Far From Home came out, I still called it Homecoming.
Really?
Yep, every time.
I mean, No Way Home. I'm so excited for it, but I also feel beat down at every turn, similar to WandaVision, with with all the speculating and stuff. And I know that that's what you're supposed to do with movies, but sometimes it gets very overwhelming and like unbearable.
I think that's only because we're on social media now. Because we every single day of our lives talked about Infinity War and Endgame every day to fill the void.
We did?
Yes, I did with everyone. Our conversations, remember, in like theater dance, everything. All people talked about was what's going to happen in Infinity War and Endgame. And like I never got tired of it. I think it's because we see it constantly on TikTok and YouTube.
Yeah.
So
Well, sorry I'm yawning so much.
you're good. Big yawner over here.
I woke up early today, okay? I don't even know if it's a matter of being on social media. It's just the fact that, like, I don't feel like before this people were really grasping at things, were they? Like, any little thing that is, like, let out about the movie, people, like, really hold on to. Like, a picture of, like, Andrew Garfield's stuntman on set and people lose it.
People have always done that. But before we go, we wanted to talk about the recent movies we saw real quick. We have reviews on my channel, Films Docked. But A Quiet Place Part 2 and Cruella. A Quiet Place Part 2, damn near as good as the first.
I agree.
Like, in every aspect. Like, you go check out the review, but I loved it.
I thought it was really, really good. I was nervous that it was just going to be, like, a stupid, like, drawn-out, like, sequel. Because, like, the first movie was so good.
Yeah.
But John Krasinski really did it. He like, it's just as good, honestly.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that Cillian Murphy, great addition, and all around, I can't decide which one I like more. Probably the first one, just because it has that effect on me.
It has John in it.
But yeah, that was a great. Go check out that review, definitely, if you want our full thoughts. And then Cruella we watched today.
Yes. Cruella.
Best live action Disney remake. I don't care. I'll die on that hill.
I loved it.
I'll die on that hill.
I love the Emma Stone cinematic universe. Yeah. She's my favorite actress.
If she doesn't get nominated for an Oscar, I'm gonna boycott the Oscars.
If you know anything about me, you know that I love Gwen Stacy. So
Yeah.
I just love anything Emma Stone does, probably because of that. I hope you enjoyed the first podcast. This was fun.
Yeah, it's kind of like a trial run. We might call it episode 0 for all we know. It's just a test run.
We're working on audio, so that'll probably advance. And then I think I need to find if anyone on here is like a technical genius and knows anything about cameras, please like comment and let me know, because for some reason like the memory card we have in the camera like can't process the video that it's recording like fast enough, so like it stops, like it stopped periodically throughout filming this. So like I don't know what I have to do to get an SD card that processes fast enough for my Canon EOS 60D camera, by the way, in case anybody wants to look that up and help me out with that. But if anyone here knows like their technology well enough that would have any input to that, please let me know.
Yeah, and when it comes to the podcast, we don't know the schedule yet. We're just going to drop this and then we'll let you guys know, but it should be weekly, hopefully. And that way we can talk about Loki a little on each episode. And this is not the only place to watch it. We're on Cam's YouTube channel right now, the video version. But if you want to listen, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, basically anywhere you listen to podcasts, all those links will be in the description of this video. So if you want to like listen to it while you're running or like on drive or whatever, if you just want to have it on in the background without looking at us, that's where you can find it. And again, all of that will be linked in the description down below. Unusual couple podcasts across the board, but I'm excited to keep doing this. Are you?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We might have guests on down the road. We got a bunch of ideas on that notepad, games and all that.
You can let us know what you want us to talk about as well.
Absolutely. And we're, again, working on things like behind the scenes to improve each week from like maybe the audio perspective. We might get a recorder.
Yeah,
so
Chris really wants the audio to be.
Most people do. So.
I do too.
She's like, I don't care. We could use the iPhone camera.
No, I do care.
But that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you all for watching or listening, wherever you are. We appreciate you. And what should we say for the outro?
We haven't thought it through.